Amazon True Fragrance Beauty Yellowstone Bunkhouse Artisanal Soap Bar on a string.
It's on a string, so you can like dangle it on your butt, so you don't have to, so you don't have to touch your own butt because it's gay.
That's gay.
It's gay to
can't touch your own butt.
I think it's a very strange descriptor of soap.
This smells like a bunch of men together, and all the testosterone commingles until you can't even take it anymore.
And welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast for people who would only celebrate milestone birthdays with a military parade celebrating themselves. Like, it's so silly that Donald Trump is throwing himself a super sweet 79th. Right?
Is Exhibit going to show up? I mean...
I don't know. There is going to be tears when the cake that is supposed to look like a BMW 3 Series doesn't look exactly right. It looks like the old model, and people are going to think I'm poor. Okay, let's talk about Donald Trump's 250th Army anniversary wink military parade that just so happens to be happening on June 14th, which is his birthday. Alyssa?
Erin,
tell us about it.
As you said, happens to be his 79th birthday, so he's going to celebrate. He's going to use the birthday of the Army to give himself a bigger party. The parade is going to include, and Erin, we have been seeing, I think all of our friends have been sending us pictures of tanks on the streets of D.C.
Yeah. I've got a couple of friends one of my friends' boyfriends is like been told just work from home. Just like don't come into work.
Just work from home.
Huge pain in the butt.
You know, as someone who lived through many inaugurations in DC, which are considered national security events, never seen anything like this. So let me tell you what's going to be showing up for DJT's birthday. 21 M1A1 tanks, 28 Bradley fighting vehicles, 28 Stryker armored fighting vehicles, a number of vehicles towing artillery launchers, more than 50 helicopters will also participate in an extensive flyover of the nation's capital, shutting Ronald Reagan National Airport down for some period of the day, 8 army bands, 7,000 marching soldiers, 36 horses, and 2 mules.
2 mules?
2 mules, Erin.
What are they going to do? What I mean, like, what's the role
All
of
I can
the
say
mules?
is God protect the mules. I mean, worried.
Honestly, the 2 mules, I'm like, are they going to, like, sacrifice them? Is there going to be a river of mule blood, like, rolling down the streets?
You know, with Marjorie Taylor Greene in the mix, one can never know. One of the wilder parts of this is that the Army anticipates that $16 million of damages to the DC streets will occur, which accounts for over a third of the parade's total cost of $45 million.
$45 million?
And so just as a flashback, we talked about the budget Congress has been kicking around for a while over the past couple of months. Well, just a little reminder, they cut DC's budget by $1 billion. And if Congress doesn't restore the city's 2025 budget, DC officials will be forced to cut $400 million over 5 years for things like local services and infrastructure.
I think that sounds like a giant waste of money, and I voted for Donald Trump because I thought he would save money and make eggs cost less, and I am stupid.
Eggs are more, parties are more.
You know what, honestly, I'm surprised that Donald Trump isn't celebrating his birthday / the Army's birthday with carts and carts of eggs, since he's gone to such lengths to, like, reduce the price of them, and he's bragged about using real eggs in the Easter egg roll. Like, I think that he fundamentally he watches so much TV that the narrative that he's like in a human centipede of information with himself. Like, he fed the information into the media. The information got digested and magnified and punditified as it does in the media. And then Donald Trump, who watches TV constantly, watched it and then, like, repeated it back into the media ecosystem. And now it's like a circle of just shit going around and around and around. I'm sorry, that's so gross.
Surrounded by tanks.
Surrounded by tanks. Yeah, that sounds like a big waste of money. One of the things that I thought was super interesting is what could be funded if that money were So, like, what are some things that we could have bought as a country?
So for the $45 million going to this parade, we could buy 14 million lunches for high school students. We could fund Medicaid coverage for almost 6,000 eligible people for a whole year. Mm-hmm. We could provide
those people. 6,000. Which 6,000 people are they needing?
Okay. Do they really need it?
Yeah, exactly.
We could provide more than 4,500 Georgia households with subsidized housing for a year.
Yeah, but it's nice weather down there. They don't need a house.
We could cover year of disability compensation for more than 7,200 military veterans with a combined disability rating up to 50%.
Yeah, but isn't it enough that we cheer for them before football games?
Honestly.
Isn't that enough? These greedy disabled veterans. What else do you want?
Honestly, how about we feed nearly 17,700 people for a year through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which we call SNAP?
Yeah, but that doesn't have tanks. Can we bring the food to the people with tanks?
You know, it seems that they actually may not be getting that much food as Donald Trump continues to deploy forces everywhere. It seems they keep forgetting about housing and food.
Well, that is a shame. I also Googled, just like as we were prepping for the episode, just like some numbers, like $16 million, which is the damage to the streets. $16 million is enough to fund some serious like research. Like Princeton had a news release about a $16 million 5-year grant for translational mental health research. Like,
wow,
they could fund so much stuff. We also are, meanwhile, the Trump administration put an end to researching an HIV vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
They could have spent it on like just getting that over the finish line. It was like almost there. It was at like the 90 out of 100 meter race. It was almost there. And then they're like, no, actually, we don't want an AIDS vaccine.
We don't feel like it.
An HIV vaccine. And then also like significant infrastructure projects can be completed for $45 million. That's a big old waste of money.
Waste of money.
Yeah.
Going to be live on TV screens this weekend.
$45 million. That is 40 bungalows in Los Angeles. 42 bedroom bungalows could be purchased for $45 million. Not that I'm bitter. Here's the thing that I read this morning that made me kind of, I don't know, did I feel a little bad for him?
Who?
No. Trump.
Okay.
I think he deserves, I cannot think of a thing that he does not deserve. I'm just going to say that to be classy. Mm-hmm. I read that only 7 GOP lawmakers say they plan on attending. And furthermore, the military has kind of quietly told its members that if they object to Donald Trump's politics, that they can go ahead and not attend. It's optional.
Much like the cast of Les Miserables at the Kennedy Center this weekend.
Wait, what happened?
So I think it's Les Miserables and Cats are at the Kennedy Center, and they have been told I think Les Miserables is being performed first, and they were told if they objected they didn't have to, and I think something like 12 dancers or 12 performers are not performing at Les Miserables.
Okay, well there
that Bastille gonna not feel very robust.
Yeah, they're gonna like not storm the Bastille. They're just gonna kind of like flash mob.
I hope they've got someone to hold the flag.
Yeah, right. They're going to just have to have like a robot dog do it.
Yeah, they're going to need Lego men.
Yeah, the reason that the military were excused quietly from attending was that they do not want the optics of people not cheering for President Trump.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah. So here's the thing. That is something I am definitely the fuck not going to be attending, even if I was on that coast, even if I was anywhere near DC. No, I'm gonna go ahead and not RSVP to that man's birthday party. That 79-year-old man's military birthday party. Like, I'm sorry, man. If your hands are that soft, I feel like Trump probably has like the softest hands of any person, and I mean like unsettlingly soft, like pillowy.
He golfs. He's got calluses. Yeah. That's the only reason, though.
But it's like pillow. It's like pillows, like doughy pillows with like a
right here.
little callus on top of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just think that a military parade is such an expression of your genital inferiority. I'm going to say that. But, thankfully, we don't have to attend. There are other things to do. There are a lot of other things to do. Actually, there's an entire whole thing happening around the country that is an optional event. And if you don't want to be at home thinking about the dumb military parade, if you don't want to see it on TV, if you want to be doing something else. In a counter-protest to the parade, progressive groups across the country are organizing No King's Day, a national day of action and mass mobilization in response to the increasing authoritarian excesses and corruption of the Trump administration. No King's Day. Man, wouldn't you be awkward? Imagine if you were like King Charles and you were like planning a trip to America and you were like, No King's Day. Aww. Instead of allowing the military parade to be the center of gravity, Indivisible, Vote Save America, and progressive organizations across the country are rallying people to show up at protests outside of D.C. in a show of force. And by force, we mean numbers, because I would like to remind everybody that there are way, way, way more of us than there are of them. And the more of us that are scared and stay home, the more they get the impression that they're the ones that outnumber us, and they do not. We need to build a massive, visible national rejection of the crisis on June 14th. We'll see events across the country in major cities, in small towns, in every state. Our goal is to show that people, the majority, are taking action to stop the corruption and power grab. You can go to votesaveamerica.com/nokings to sign up for an event near you. Sounds like a great thing to do.
Yeah.
You also get to make a sassy sign. Who doesn't love a sassy sign?
Maybe wear a sassy shirt.
You wear a sassy shirt. You got like a fun novelty, like, giant Abraham Lincoln hat. I don't know. Like, there's all kinds of fun stuff that can be had that isn't just watching Donald Trump sit awkwardly and look at things. What do you think about the strategic choice not to stage a protest in D.C., Alyssa? D.C. is not on the list.
No, yeah. I'm for it. Like, that's no good going to come from that.
I mean, I feel and we talked about this in other blocks, but in recent weeks, it has become so obvious that Donald Trump is trying to provoke people into showing violent force that causes bodily harm to a federal officer. He is obviously trying to provoke.
It is nothing. It is such clear antagonism. So just
exactly.
Don't.
Right. I mean,
have your own no king protest far away from anyone who thinks they're a king with your friends and make it joyful.
Like, why would you show up to the birthday party of somebody you don't like to be like, I don't like this person? Just go do something else. Right.
Go to your own party.
Have your own party. Invite everybody in the class that also was invited to the person you don't like's birthday party, and have it be let this be a moment of national bullying of a man who should have been bullied more as a child. When we come back, Kara rejoins us, and we are going to talk about Father's Day? Mm-hmm. Hysteria is brought to you by Smalls. What's something funny your cat recently did, Alyssa?
Something funny my cat recently did. Oh, poor Butters. He doesn't understand what a shadow is. And so he thinks he's chasing birds around the house, but it's really just the shadows. And eventually he runs into a wall.
Oh, you know what? Eleanor.
He's such a good boy.
Eleanor's really obsessed with, like, I didn't realize it for a while. I was like, why is she freaking out? But like the reflection of the sun off of a cell phone surface.
Oh,
if it hits,
it's like laser. It's like a laser toy.
It's on. She comes alive. My cat is 20 years old. I keep thinking she's going to die. I did not think she would make it through 2024. She did. She is doing great. She's gaining weight back again. It's very, very weird.
She looks so good when I saw her.
She's gross. But cats are gross at the end of their lives. That is just something that happens.
It is what it is. We're gross at the end of our lives, okay? No shame.
Everything's gross at the end of their lives. This podcast is sponsored by Smalls. If you're a listener of the show, you know that my cat has enjoyed Smalls very much. To get 35% off plus an additional 50% off your first order, head to smalls.com and use promo code Hysteria for a limited time only. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. I guess Cats.com is probably an authority when it comes to cats.
I'll tell you, when Winky, she was very itchy. She was very itchy, and the vet suggested changing diets. And when she started Smalls, less itchy.
You know, there are times in Eleanor's life where she has been eating better than me. Like, I have always been like, nothing is too good for this sociopathic predator that lives in my house. And I will eat ramen and Kraft mac and cheese all day, and she will get fresh ingredients that like should be in my fridge but aren't, because all I can afford is condiments. Like, she is like she was with me at that phase in my life. And so, like, you know, I think that part of why she's still so spry and doing really well in her very old age is that she was just fed good cat food her whole life. And I know that might sound insane and decadent, but you know what? We all make our own choices, and I chose to have a cat living fucking forever. Smalls also has a bunch of amazing treats and snacks you can add to your order.
After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. Have a particularly picky cat? Smalls has a sampler so your cat can try everything Smalls has to offer. And the team at Smalls is so confident your cat will love their product that you can try it risk-free. That means they will refund you if your cat won't eat their food. What are you waiting for? Give your cat the food they deserve for a limited time only. Because you are a Hysteria listener, you can get 35% off Smalls plus an additional 50% off your first order by using our code Hysteria. That's an additional 50% off when you head to Smalls and use promo code Hysteria. Again, that's promo code Hysteria for an additional 50% off your first order plus free shipping at smalls.com.
Hysteria is brought to you by Honeylove. Here's something that I personally like about Honeylove. All of the other shapewear brands suck, and Honeylove is the good one. Honeylove
I
is
agree with that.
It
is the only shapewear I will use.
It's the only shapewear I will use, and I will use it willingly, and I don't have to be like, oh no, I got to put this on. Like, there is nothing uncomfortable. It's just like a different garment to wear that is supportive and makes me feel good underneath clothing that needs a little bit extra support or like a little extra sucking in.
It is additive, not shaming. That's how I feel.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Like I can think of the first time I ever tried to wear shapewear. I was like, this is
mean.
Ridiculous.
I fell over. In other shapewears, I have fallen over and I have strained muscles.
I mean, it is like when you put on Honeylove, you're like, this is ridiculous, but a different ridiculous. Because you're like, why is this the only good one? Because it is the only good one. I don't know about you, but as soon as temperatures start rising, I'm ready to swap out anything bulky and uncomfortable, starting with my bra drawer. This summer, it is all about staying cool, comfortable, and supportive. I'm going to be sleeping in my bra this summer. I'm going to wear it 24-hour cycles. Wake up, put on bra. Wear it all the way through the day and night, through all my activities.
Put
and
new
sleeping.
clean one on.
Put new clean one on, repeat. All summer long. This is comfortable summer, comfortable girl summer.
Comfortable girl summer.
If you're still dealing with underwire pokes or bras that feel like body armor, it's time for a serious upgrade. Honeylove makes the best wireless bras that feel like a second skin. They're lightweight, breathable, and perfect for hot summer days. Whether you're rocking a t-shirt, tank top, or a breezy sundress, their bras give you just the right amount of lift without the squeeze, thanks to years of research, development, and testing. It's the ultimate bra experience.
And let's talk about comfort. Honeylove's signature support comes from smart design, not stiff wires or bulky padding. It's all the shape and hold you want without any of the stuff you don't. Once you try it, you'll honestly forget you're even wearing a bra. So go ahead, ditch the discomfort, say bye to wires, and treat yourself to the summer support you deserve with Honeylove. For a limited time, you can get Honeylove on sale. Treat yourself to 20% off your entire order by headed to honeylove.com/hysteria. Support the show and check them out because you deserve this glow up.
And Honeylove isn't just about bras. They've got shapewear tanks and leggings that are just as comfortable and supportive. Honeylove's best-selling Superpower Short is a must-have. It has targeted compression technology that distinguishes between areas where you want more support and areas that you need less compression. Plus, the best part is it won't ever roll up or down thanks to flexible boning hidden in the side seams. Treat yourself to the most comfortable and innovative bras on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/hysteria. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off, honeylove.com/hysteria. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard of them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in bras with Honeylove. Welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast for people who think that if you watch enough court TV, you should be allowed to take the bar exam.
Yes.
Just give me a try.
Just let people try. If they want to spend the money, if they want to spend the time. I think that, like, some people who watch enough court TV could maybe pass it.
Wait, are you guys into Karen Reed?
Oh.
Okay, I wanted to just check.
Caroline,
we can't get into it, but I just want to know.
Like, senior producer Caroline has enforced a Karen Reed, like, religion.
Oh, is there like Karen Reed corner on the pod
culture
now?
on the culture desk? There's a television that's been installed on the culture side of the office, and they have court TV on all day long.
Obsessed. My sister just sent me a screenshot. She's a public school teacher, and she's like, just catching up on Karen Reed, and she sent me slides of the body.
Also, as far as I understand, the defense is resting.
Yes, I think today.
On Wednesday. So, I mean, we could know what's going to happen by Thursday or Friday, right? Man. Wow. Well, when we hear
Listen, they're not going to drag this out. These people want to go home.
These people want to go home.
Yeah.
But honestly, what great
They got to get to the bar. Should I predict right now?
Yes,
I think she's gonna get off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got to. I think that there's enough reasonable doubt and that there's like enough of a...
It's like all reasonable doubt,
Yeah,
right?
it's all pretty reasonable.
It's all very reasonable.
I kind of am like, though, if I saw it written down, I'd be like, that's crazy. But I think the lawyers did a really good job of like constructing She shouldn't even be on trial again.
Yeah. Well, the charge is also crazy, I
Yeah.
think. Murder, too, is a crazy charge.
Yeah,
But that's also because I went to Court TV Law School, so I know what exactly the charges should be. It's a Court TV Law School with a major in SVU and a minor in criminal CSI.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about Father's Day. Don't let Flag Day and Trump's super sweet 79th birthday overshadow the real important holiday this weekend. It's Father's Day. Last Father's Day, I was giving birth.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I know. But it like changes every year.
What a gift.
Oh my God. My older daughter sometimes has a birthday that's on Election Day, which is a terrible birthday, as
Yeah.
Caroline can attest. And my other daughter has a birthday that's sometimes on Father's Day, which is a cool birthday. Anyway, we've been busy, so we decided to turn to our trusty old Evie magazine for some advice on what we should be giving for dads this Father's Day. Kara, I explained to you what Evie magazine is. We've talked about it on the podcast. It's like a conservative Cosmo, funded by Peter Thiel, who is a gay man who wants you pregnant.
Yeah. The guy who shut down Gawker, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
He didn't like that they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, huge missed opportunity, I feel, to just take over Redbook, right? Couldn't they have just taken over Redbook and had that be the MAGA Ladies magazine?
It has the word red
It has
in it.
red in it.
Yes.
And now they're
Genius.
come on, missed opportunity. And now it's like Evie. I was like, that's based on Eve? Like the first, they're like, eat the apple, girl, just as long as you
But
run off the
also-
calories afterwards.
Sounds
Seriously.
like a douche.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Or now
Summer's
I'm
Eve.
just like electric vehicle. There's a lot of Eve. Yeah.
Oh,
Evie
right,
does.
Evie.
It's a poorly branded magazine. I
Yes.
think we can all agree, but it is beautiful, and I'm going to show it to you. The
Ooh,
physical
it's
copy.
gorgeous.
It is beautiful looking, and then when you start reading the words, you're like, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa,
how they-
whoa,
that's
whoa,
how they
whoa.
get you.
So they made a Father's Day gift guide and everything. So I just also want to say, like a lot of conservative media, the tone of every article is like really pugnacious. Like they don't want you to have this. The left hates this. Like it's just so weird.
Oh my God.
50 Father's Day gifts he'll actually use. And then here's the deck, which is the decks are way too long in Evie magazine, which is like, I don't know, sorry, editor, writer joke. Let's be real. Men are notoriously hard to shop for. And for Father's Day, somehow the hardest. If your dad is anything like mine, he'll insist he doesn't need anything while sipping his fourth cup of gas station coffee in a shirt older than you. Okay, so here's some of the things they recommended. 2 different Carhartt jackets. An assault rifle for shooting bugs. 2 different conceal carry gun holsters.
Listen, that's important. You got to have your church concealed carry gun holster, and then you got to have your casual concealed carry for
The holy
just bowling night.
holy holster
Yes.
and the regular.
And then the
Business casual
business
holster.
casual holster.
Does it
That
co-
one can have like a little pattern on it or something.
yeah, the business casual holster is sold at Banana Republic.
Yeah.
And it makes the whole name of the store sound very grim. No, it's not actually sold at Banana Republic. A lot of this is available on Amazon, which is like super weird. There's also 7 different Yellowstone related. Yellowstone, not the park. We don't like national parks. We like the show that
The
is
show.
But wait,
named
can
after
I
the
give
park.
you my favorite Yellowstone product?
Yeah, please.
Amazon True Fragrance Beauty Yellowstone Ride Men's Cologne.
You're gonna order cologne from Amazon that's named after a TV show.
It's actually made by Amazon. It's Amazon.
Oh my God.
Does-
We're done. We're at the bottom. We can't.
Right?
That is. What do you think it smells like? It's like
old
old
saddle.
tobacco
Old
and
saddle.
and like with a hint of horse manure.
Except, you know what? It probably ends up smelling like, remember those designer imposter perfumes back when we were
Yes.
young? This is probably like, if you liked Fahrenheit, you'll love Yellowstone Ride.
Do you remember that drugstore perfume called Caliente?
Of
It was
course.
in my caboodle, and I was obsessed. I was like, I would put that on in 3rd grade and be like, I'm a woman. And I'm imagining that's how these dads, even if they don't have kids, these guys are going to buy the Yellowstone cologne and be like, I have kids. I'm a dad now.
Yeah, the Yellowstone cologne, I'd imagine smells like leather and flop sweat.
Yeah.
Like the smell of like, I imagine that it smells like Pete Hegseth's chest after a whiskey after
a
a whiskey.
bender.
I'm sorry. I know I talk about how I think Pete Hegseth smells, and it's not a lustful observation. I just know how.
I have
can
a
just-
further clue. I have a further clue as to how Pete Hegseth might smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second favorite Yellowstone gift. Amazon True Fragrance Beauty Yellowstone Bunkhouse Artisanal Soap Bar on a String.
On a string.
It's on a string, so you can like dangle it on your butt, so you don't have to, so you don't have to touch your own butt because it's
That's
gay.
gay.
It's gay to
can't touch your own butt.
It's gay to wash your butt.
Bunkhouse.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Those were
What
my.
is bunkhouse? Is that I don't know what Yellowstone is even.
I feel like bunkhouse. It just feels like a bunkhouse is a place where people sleep. So I just think it's a very strange descriptor of soap.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
It
some
this smells like a bunch of men together and all the testosterone commingles until you can't even take it anymore.
That's really manly.
a tsunami of
It's
masculinity.
crisp citrus and sage.
I doubt it.
Yeah, crisp.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a little floppy. That's the citrus.
Hysteria is brought to you by Ritual. Erin, you know what I am so grateful for?
What?
That when I go to Instagram or TikTok and I am inundated with ads for all of the rituals, because let me tell you something, if you so much as say the word perimenopause around your phone, you will get 950,000 supplements that you must have, or you will never sleep again, or your bones will break and your hair will fall out. But you know what? I ignore them all because I have been using Ritual for several years now, and I don't need their ads, so I can just scroll past them with confidence.
You know what? That is the best sales pitch for Ritual
I thought so.
It is really good. It's so complicated out there right now. There's so many options. There's so many people using large words telling you what to use or what not to use. And Ritual is just a simple way to meet your nutritional vitamin needs without having to worry too much about it. If you do want to worry more about it, you totally can. We're not saying that other stuff. Feel free to worry more about it.
Scroll the ads. Order a bunch of stuff you're going to try once, and it's going to go to the back of your linen closet.
Spend 30 minutes in the supplements aisle at Sprouts. Whatever you want to do. You do you. But for me, choosing Ritual just really simplified my vitamin regimen. We know it works because Ritual conducted a university-led clinical trial for their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin to assess its efficacy, and the results were that it increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. Their Essential for Women 18 Plus multi contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed-release capsules designed for optimal absorption per day. Essential for Women is third-party tested for heavy metals and Clean Label Project certified, so you know you can trust what you're putting in your body. They're also vegan, non-GMO, project verified, gluten and major allergen free, and made traceable.
No more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 and over is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month only at ritual.com/hysteria. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 and over to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/hysteria for 25% off.
This is an ad for BetterHelp. You know, Alyssa, men's mental health is so stigmatized that it has almost become a meme. Like, men would rather blank than go to therapy, and it's something like invade Poland or whatever. But, you know, the truth is men face a ton of pressure, and it is still very difficult for them. There's a lot of stigma around seeking mental health and keeping everything all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the U.S. suffer from depression every year, and it's often undiagnosed. It's okay to struggle. Real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it so you can be at your best for yourself and everyone in your life. If you're a man and you're feeling the weight of the world, talk to someone, anyone, a friend, a loved one, a therapist.
I have found therapy very beneficial. I avoided it for years, but in the last year and a half, every other Tuesday, I spend an hour talking about what bugs me and why it bugs me. And you know what? I had spent several months with the shortest fuse I could have ever imagined, and I didn't know why I was constantly being set off. And then guess what? I found out what was bothering me, and then I started taking some medication, and now I am a much happier, nicer person to be around, and I'm still doing my therapy because it didn't stop there.
Mm-hmm. I think that there are a lot of men who can benefit from therapy as well. You talked about having a short fuse and managing your emotions, and that's something that a lot of men are either A, not taught, or B, taught is something that they don't need to know. And we all know that that's not the case. And managing your emotions is such a sign of maturity, and it makes you more, it makes you feel better as you move through the world when you're
Definitely.
in control of yourself and in control of your emotions. And it's helpful to just put as many tools as you can in your tool belt when it comes to moving through the world in a way where you are in control and you're feeling good about the way that you're handling yourself. That's great. Therapy can help you do that. With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time.
As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/hysteriapod. That's better, HELP.com/hysteriapod.
You know what I like? I like all the things that are called tactical. That's how you know it's that's how you know it's for a man, if it's tactical.
It's not just playing
They
around.
fucking love the word tactical.
They love the word. These guys are all ready for combat.
They love tactical.
These Meal Team 6 they love tactical. A 2 to 3 gun safe for home rifles and pistols. This guy's got guns and he's carrying them everywhere.
Wow, wait, it's a gun safe that holds 2 to 3 pistols.
Long guns.
Long guns.
Yeah,
so it's a
well,
big
and then
guy.
there's like, so I actually, and I grew up in a house with guns, and we had one of these things.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's good. Gun safety is good.
Yeah.
But like, if your dad has guns in the house and isn't locking them up, that's like a bad dad. He should be locking up the guns.
This shouldn't be a purchase that's happening for Father's Day.
Exactly.
This should have happened when you bought
the guns. I feel like maybe it should be something that is like mandated to be sold alongside the guns.
Yeah.
They all. The ghost concealment. I'm going to show this to you.
It's
the ghost
incredible.
concealment holster. Imagine.
Wait, what is that?
It's a gun holster that goes around your leg.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that.
Imagine like
You gotta have that. How are you gonna get your fucking dorky khaki up quick enough to get your gun out of that? You stupid little cucks.
Is that why? Is that why none of their suits fit?
I mean,
Is that why they all
yeah.
dress like dog shit? Because they
they've
want
got their
They want to
concealed
leave
carry.
room to conceal
they're
carry
wearing?
in their
They're
ankle.
like, you gotta size up on your khakis if you want to get that gun out.
Yeah, Theragun, which is for like, which is like a massage thing, which actually is like kind of cool, but I think they just included it on the list because it has the word gun in it.
So you see SEO. You
Yes.
gotta do.
Add as many guns as possible. A weighted vest, a Zalus weighted vest
What's that for?
for walking around.
Oh, because
Get
like working
strong.
out. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
pack more pounds.
I actually have a Theragun because they were a Hysteria sponsor, and it does really do.
oh yeah,
The
people love
Theragun's
those.
awesome.
yeah. And then there's also like a History Channel trivia game.
That one made me sad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, history. You weren't Duck Dynasty. That was A&E.
Oh God. They also recommend Amazon Hot Ones Hot Sauce Challenge Set. That's so sad.
Who gets
Yeah.
it? If you are
Well-
so Texas proud and you getting your hot sauce from Amazon,
That is
you
not
sad.
good. I just gotta say, look, this is a Yellowbird hot sauce is the good hot sauce.
Yellowbird.
Yes, they sent me like a.
I mean, you're
giant box
sponsored
of-
by them now.
They sent me a giant box of hot sauce
You're
because
an
I mentioned how
influencer.
I
much
can't believe you're dragging me in on your spawn right now.
I
This is-
no,
I'm just kidding.
I just like
No.
authentically love it, and just get them like a good local small batch hot sauce instead of like Amazon Hot Ones.
It's also just the idea that we're still acting like your level of hot sauce equates to your level of like masculine. Like how hot can you go, bro?
Yeah.
Like it's so.
It's also like
basic.
not to talk about buttholes again, but
Oh, please do.
But I feel like there's a certain like butthole element to eating hot. Like when you eat hot sauce, you're like, this has to come out.
Yes.
So like, why are you doing that? At a certain point, like, why are you doing that to yourself? If it doesn't taste good to you, it doesn't enhance the flavor of
It
food.
literally blind like it
just hurts.
It just doesn't it just like flash flame your mouth with like heat and you don't
Yes.
even taste anything.
Yes, like
Yeah,
sauce that's
I
too
don't-
hot and it doesn't like appreciate the flavor of the pepper. Just like
I don't understand. Is that like a butthole contest? Like my butt can handle anything?
nothing straighter than that.
Yeah.
Nothing straighter than proving on Father's Day that your butt can handle
Your
anything.
ass can handle anything.
And your ass can handle anything. If you had to get something off this list from what we've named, what would you get?
Honestly, if I had to get something for my specific husband who is a dad, I would get that History Channel game because he would love the opportunity just to be right about. He loves history. He reads a lot of books about the Byzantine Empire, and I think he would. That of all those things,
the
My
History
husband is
Channel
the
thing.
least tactical, the least butthole.
Doesn't he
the
stream?
least-
Doesn't he stream himself playing?
Yes, he is a
RPGs?
professional tabletop role playing. If you are into Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, listen to Jared Logan on the Glass Cannon. That's a plug. But listen, yeah, like he's the like none of a Carhartt jacket. He'd be like, "What is this?" Like, I mean, none of that is for him. But the history game, I could see that him being like, "Oh, neat."
Cool. Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
But what I really got him was a subscription to our liberal video store in Eagle Rock called
Hell
Vidiots.
yeah, that is actually a really,
It's
really
been
good.
his Father's Day gift the last 3 years.
That's
and it's
a
all he wants.
really good present. Alyssa, what are you getting for the fathers in your life?
Oh, it would be the
And what would you get from the?
it would be the REI Shopwave Plus multi-tool. Who doesn't love a Swiss Army knife? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think a multi-tool would be good.
And I'd keep it for myself.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at it now. I think that I would get. Oh, there's an Amazon Cuisinart Smash Burger kit. I think I would get the Smash Burger kit.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have
But
access to the
not
whole list in front of me,
But
that
not
sounds
the
great, too.
Yellowstone themed spice rub.
No, I
my
just don't. I
God.
don't think that you should buy spices that are branded with television programs.
Not to mention, all the people that are on Yellowstone have their own brands of stuff now too. Like
Yes.
the characters, that secondary characters, all have like coffees and liquors and stuff.
And let me encourage our listeners, if you want to kind of understand more about like American red state culture, you should watch Yellowstone. It's not a bad show.
No.
It is just like a frothy and like, it's like Dallas. It's like soapy and frothy and it's like a very well shot, like high budget, whatever. It's Taylor Sheridan, right? But if you just watch the character of Beth Dutton on the show and understand that all of the aggressive red state Karens in their mind are Beth Dutton to themselves, that'll like help you.
Okay.
It'll
All
help
right.
you understand. Okay. On that note, that's all the time we have for this week's episode of Hysteria. Kara Klenk, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for
It's
having
always
me.
so nice to see you in person.
Oh,
and
you too.
I know.